Explain to me why you are involved with this effort to try to get Medicaid expansion in Mississippi.
I am involved in this effort just because I believe it's the right thing to do, both morally and financially for our state. And I'm a proud Mississippian who thinks that we need to take advantage of everything we can take advantage of to bring our state up from the poorest state in the union, the unhealthiest state in the union. And I think when we talk about infrastructure, there are roads and bridges and those highways, those things are important, but our people are our most important infrastructure, and a uh, healthier group of Mississippians to do all the work we need to do, I think is critical to that. So I'm willing to speak out and say so.
Just curious, as a businessman, what benefit do you see from expanding Medicaid, or do you see one?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. There are lots of reasons that a businessman or woman could see for that. For one thing, it'll put $1 billion more into our state's economy, and that money circulates. If it helps a medical hospital or a clinic stay open, those employees will have jobs and they can do business or around their community. That maybe even buy some clothes or shoes from a local retailer. If one's just looking at it, from a self business point of view, but also just the fact that the workforce there'll be more people in the workforce, more people paying taxes rather than people not paying taxes because they'll be healthy enough to work and continue to work. That makes a lot of sense to me. Also, there are 40 other states in America that have found it makes sense to expand Medicaid. As a federal taxpayer, I'm now helping the working poor in 40 other states get Medicaid. Why should I do that? And we're not taking advantage of it in Mississippi. So both as a federal taxpayer and a Mississippi taxpayer, and then as a local taxpayer, same thing. Just more money circulating around the state. Healthcare is one of the biggest employers in the state. Certainly one of the biggest employers in Tupelo and Northeast Mississippi.
Share with us the event that's taking place in Oxford this evening that you're going to be that you're speaking at.
It's a purely educational event. It's apolitical. It's not a political event at all. It's just trying to continue to educate more people who are interested in this subject to come and listen to the point of view of folks like me that believe that it's the right thing to do for the state. And we hope to just have more people then be willing to, when the time comes, to contact their legislators and say, we believe in this. We think it's a no-brainer. We sure would support your supporting it.
Do you have any sense, or have you talked to anybody with any of the lawmakers locally, or I guess any of them, get a sense as far as how this issue may do in the upcoming session? I mean, last year it was really the first time that we ever got a sense that, hey, this is an issue and we're going to try to get the ball over the goal line, even though it fell short.
Right.
Any sense comparing last year to this year on your end?
Yeah, I think I really believe something will pass, and I'm not exactly sure what. I mean, that's not my role. I'm not in the legislature. I'm not the speaker, the lieutenant governor, or the governor. But I really think, despite the governor being against it, that I think both the lieutenant governor and the speaker feel like their bodies want to pass something. They think some version of it will be the smart thing for our state to do. So I believe it will get across the goal line. I think it's premature for me to say right now what that bill will look like. But I really do think we're close enough. That there was enough momentum from last year that I think we can maybe, like the Philadelphia Eagles this time, get behind it and push it across the goal line.
Before we wrap up, anything else you want to add about this?
Well, I'll just say I'm certainly not the only businessman or woman in the state who feels this way. I just happen to have been willing to speak out year, and then I guess people thought I did a good job of making those points. But I'm just leaving a meeting with an architect here. Said, I really appreciate what you're doing tonight in Oxford. I was with a lawyer last week. Hey, I really appreciate what you're doing, speaking out for this. So there are lots of. I'm just one of many business people that sees this as really common sense, both financially and morally.
So the feedback from, I guess, last year into now has been pretty positive on your end, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, just so many people after last year just shaking their heads and said, "Darn it, gosh, almost got it done." It sure seems like we need to be the 41st state in America that takes advantage of it this year. So, yes, I think rather than, even though people were disappointed that we got so close last year and then it fell short, I'm looking at it as the momentum from last year should carry us forward. Should carry us forward this year.